Yes, hello everyone. Welcome to today's event. This is our weekly VU Monday sessions. You're welcome. Today I'm being joined by our lead in today's conversation, Coach Itwen. He's going to be taking us through the updates in the VU ecosystem. So if you're hearing VU for the first time, VU is a project that is disrupting the aviation industry. Think about what Uber did to the taxi industry. We are leveraging VU to create value in the aviation sector. And guess what? You and I get to participate and also benefit. Now, what this means, especially for you and your friends, your colleagues, and other people out there, our lead for today's conversation is going to be breaking it down. He's a seasoned professional with over 15 years of experience in the maritime industry. He's also an investor in emerging technology, a blockchain expert, and he's going to be opening our eyes to all the value within this ecosystem, leveraging VU and other projects within that ecosystem. Plus, he's going to be sharing with us all the updates, information, latest news that we need to have to expand our participation in this ecosystem. Thank you so much for joining us. I will hand you over now to our anchor, Coach Itwen, and at the end, we'll come back for an interactive session. It's over to you, Coach Itwen, and it's good to see you today.
Thank you so much, Coach Christy. Confirm you can hear me and see my screen?
Yes, you're very loud and clear, and I can see your screen.
All right, thank you, everyone. It's good to be back here again and sharing the updates and experiences based on the blockchain, okay? And so again, like I said, what I'm going to be sharing with you is a product of technology, okay? And so it definitely is going to be my perspective, although I'll try as much as possible to make the information as real as being presented, okay? So again, we are .1, diverse community of learners and professionals. So again, united by a shared mission to grow through collaboration with experienced partners around the continent. So today we'll be focusing not on the VU project, okay, but on one of the drivers of the VU project, and that is the ZENIQ ecosystem. So it will be the experiences in the ZENIQ ecosystem that I'll be sharing with you today. So again, basically, what you've known about VU over time has been projects trying to disrupt the aviation industry by bringing value to something that has not been done in years to come, okay? And so while it's delivering its value, it has to ride on something, and that thing is the technology backed by digital distribution ledger system, which is called ZENIQ Blockchain, okay? And so ZENIQ Blockchain is basically powering all the projects you know, and VU is one of them. Of course, we have Copper One, and we have other projects on the ZENIQ ecosystems. So periodically, we'll be having these updates on the ecosystem, and we'll give you a structured overview, okay? So that you know what keeps the ecosystem running and how you and I, as stakeholders in this ecosystem, help to build and attract more projects to that ecosystem. So today's presentation is going to be short, okay? And we're focusing on what has changed over time, okay? So if you've not known much, okay, so basically from the old ecosystem where we were, okay, and now to the new ecosystem where you can now have most of your minters. If you had periodic minters, we're talking about minters that had to do with the T drone, had to do with Tupan, had to do with other projects that were on Sapphire right now. You can access those minters via a web-on called the KMintings Enhancements. Okay, so KMinting was the access to those minters where you can withdraw your tokens from those minters, whether they are partial or they are full minters, you can withdraw that, okay? So now we've made some improvements on the KMinting. So we usually had some bugs that had to do with people not able to, first of all, withdraw from tokens from the back office, okay? And then had the issue of balance, had the issue of long time initiating. So you could be trying to withdraw your tokens from your KMintings account, and you had it over time exhibiting an ongoing initiating status. Okay, so that has been enhanced on to make the bug has been fixed, right, to give you a streamlined access to withdrawing your tokens. So if you want to know where your tokens are, you download the web and you go. If you've had the previous downloaded one, you definitely see the new updates, and then you can go in there and then take advantage of your tokens. Okay, all right. So the one shop improvements. Okay, so the VU one shop is another web-on where you can have access to the VU product. So we are talking about buying the VU hubs or participating as a licensee in owning an airport. Okay, or you can own properties around the world, depending on the cities you want to put them in. So if you've checked the VU shop, okay, you'll have noticed that you have a better view in terms of the user interface. So if you click on the sidebar, you notice that this brand new, it has a different kind of showcase and appeal, and it has more menus in there. Okay, so you also have an opportunity for account recovery with an OTP validation. Okay, and then of course you also have a team. So it has the Vision One team now in there right now. So when you check the background, you can see the Vision One. All right, so Copper One Shop has also had changes, and Copper One Shop talks about the project Copper One. If you've attended the previous presentations on Copper One, it tends to speak to the opportunities that are available with copper. Knowing fully well that the world is going into electric and the world is going AI, every single thing that runs on this will use copper, okay? And so the world is gradually shifting from fossil fuels, okay, to copper, okay, to use of copper. So we are talking about solar panels around the world. We're talking about electric cars. We're talking about computer chips that would run the AI programs that we are currently experiencing. Okay, so it has a shop. And so this shop right now has been updated, of course, with different assets, configuration, and fees. Okay, so you also have the endpoint CSV API for the copper minter sales to improve sales data analysis. So it gives you information on new sales that have been occurring on that particular project. Okay, so BondEx optimization. BondEx is a new feature that has brought in that gives you an opportunity to participate in a pool of investments without having to expose yourself too much. Okay, so so there's a corporate onboarding and financial handling that has been updated right now on that BondEx web-on. Okay, and so again, you can see that you have contract terminations. You have a lot of things there if you have particularly subscribed to BondEx, right? So the ecosystem, of course, NOMO is the wallet, is the interface that gives you opportunity to play in these various systems. Okay, so if you have downloaded the NOMO wallet, okay, of course, if you have the NOMO app, you have the NOMO wallet resident in the app. Okay, it comes in with the upgrade, and so with this you have an updated user experience and user interface. Okay, so you have the database migration. It has been pushed, and you have the iOS push notifications are still under testing. Okay, so for what we are talking about in notifications is that if you do a transaction, normally you're supposed to receive a notification. So on the Android, this is working for perfectly. On the iOS, it's still under testing. But while you're in the app, you can see the notifications come in case you've completed the transaction. You can see that. But once you're off the app, let us say somebody sends you a transfer. If it's a transfer drawn into your account and your phone is not on, it's not active in terms of it's not on, you're supposed to receive a notification the same way you receive your text messages. So that is being upgraded right now, and of course you'll be seeing final push once that has been completed. Okay, so for let's go forward a bit. Sorry. All right, so for the desktop app, we have an opportunity where you can download this app on your desktop. Okay, so we had it on the iOS builds and Linux. We also had it on Windows. Okay, so if you've downloaded it early as last year, there would have been an upgrade by now. It does basically the same thing. The way it works on your mobile is the way it works on your desktop. Okay, or your laptop. It's just that right now you can have it on your computer in case you don't want your phone. Same password phrases you can use to log in into the app. Okay. Now, normal messenger. Well, this was quite an innovative thought done then. When imagine your WhatsApp message could send your WhatsApp messages in your WhatsApp chat, you could send money. Okay. Imagine that idea over time. So this is the first time it's happening in an app, is in the NOMO app, and that is with the NOMO Messenger. So in this app, you can chat, you can send pictures, you can send videos. It's decentralized. Nobody can track. Okay, and nobody can track whatever it is you're doing. And within the same app, without even leaving the app, you can send money, right? How many apps right now can boost all this? So with the NOMO Messenger right now, you can chat with your friends. So if you have friends that have NOMO, the NOMO wallet downloaded, you can chat with them because it's still the same address that is using. Okay, so again, we still have notifications ongoing, okay, in terms of the iOS. And of course, there's been a lot of improvements on the NOMO Messenger. So you can have your contacts and you can start chatting with them on this. Okay, so once you log into the NOMO Messenger, there will be an option for you to provide feedback. So download the app right now, try a test, and let's see what your experiences are, and let us know your experiences so that we can better improve the NOMO Messenger for you. Okay, so the second updates talk about other projects within the ecosystem. And so the DDX migration, if you've noticed right now, it is a little bit smoother, especially for those that don't have a full hub. So partial hub right now, you can do your request for the migration and your tokens can come to you. Okay, so remember, there's a transition between ZENIQ, okay, and up to the Otium. So of course, Otium is going to be running on a different blockchain. And so that transaction at the back end needs to be smoothly done. And that is what has happened over time. Okay, so of course, with infrastructure and admin operations, they've tried to smoothen how you deploy a lot of things, especially on documentation and information being provided. You have the team tools and channel performance. So again, for those that are learning how to program, there's the onboarding for the new developers, okay, and automated bots for them to do a lot of stuff. Okay, so those people who know how to program, who do a lot of things, have a lot of ideas. And so the ZENIQ system is opening itself in such a way that they can do a lot with what innovations they want to do right inside the NOMO app. So that is being done for those who are into developing app development. Okay, so on the main chain, there's been an improved consensus in terms of logic and transactions. Okay, so you have addresses that can be verified right now. You have smart contracts that can be developed. They still, the user interface is still is still in progress in terms of updates. For the ZENIQ Smart Chain, again, the ZENIQ Smart Chain is that particular feature that allows other projects to run on it. Okay, so if a blockchain does not have a smart chain, then other programs can run. The blockchain will just be just the layer one. Okay, so for layer 2, layer 3 improvements, you require a smart chain, and ZENIQ has just finalized the addition of the decentralized exchange mappings. Okay, and so what this means is that you can see real time, dynamically, what liquid pair information you want. So if you're going to be doing a liquid pair, a liquidity of ZENIQ and AVNOC tokens, or ZENIQ and BFC tokens, or AVNOC and any other tokens within the blockchain, you can see that there, and it can give you real-time information and analytics. Okay. So, of course, this has to do with transcending, okay? So you have this information on consensus. Of course, there will be bugs that will give you an opportunity to do a report on it, especially for those who are programmers. But if you are a basic user and you happen to venture into the decentralized exchange aspect and liquidity provision, please always let us know your feedback in order for us to do improvements, okay? So again, with an ecosystem or a blockchain, you require an explorer where you can see transactions real time. And there's a ZENIQ scan, okay, which has been rolled out with user interface improvements, which may give you more details on the block that are being created for each transaction done, and the smart contract verification. So again, a smart contract basically a contract put in place to avoid any discrepancies without a third-party mediation, okay? So once it has been checked, validated, it's put on the blockchain and it runs automatically. Okay, so we have the smart contract verification. So of course, if you are doing a transaction, let's say you're doing a transaction within a different project, and of course, it's a smart contract that automatically triggers up a request being done. That smart contract, you can pick it up right now and check it on ZENIQ scan just to be sure that the recipient or whatever transaction you're doing is still the same address as where your tokens are going to. For example, if you are doing a token exchange, a smart contract is required. So you can now do that in terms of validation. And again, in the ZENIQ Explorer, Blockchain Explorer gives you an opportunity where you can take a look at your account at a glance and see all the required tokens that are inside that account, okay? So with the Explorer and verification enhancements, a lot has been done. So you can go to the ZENIQ Scan, ZENIQScan.net, and the Blockchain Explorer is also there. And you can get to see a lot of these improvements being done. Remember, the essence of having these improvements are that it makes the blockchain much more scalable, the user interface is much more fluid for a lot of people. And a lot of people, those who want to be shareholders or who want to be part of the ecosystem, and also projects that are coming into the ecosystem. Remember, right now, if you're having a blockchain and the blockchain is not, the transaction costs are not cheap, right? It doesn't have a smart chain where people can run their projects on. It's not. It doesn't have the requirements of what a fast blockchain should be right now, because transactions are happening on the second regularly. Okay, and so that is why projects like VU decided to move from Ethereum, where it was as early as 2017, to ZENIQ, because every single time people are booking flights, it's always crypto exchange. So we're talking about exchanging USD to ZENIQ tokens, to AVNOC tokens, and using it for purchase, or exchanging fiat currency to cryptocurrency. All these need to be done at a fast pace where someone can confidently have their apps being done, right? So if you've not had this, or if you've not experienced this, you can scan this barcode here, or go to your devices, your Apple Store or your Google Play, and download the NOMO app and install it. Again, if you have your previous passphrase, or you can even import your passphrases from your other accounts. Let's say you have a MetaMask wallet, you can import those passphrases into your NOMO wallet and have it there, okay? The advantage is that in this, if you open the NOMO wallet and go through the Discover Webons, you have a lot of Webons that are there. Webon like the V1 shop that gives you an opportunity to purchase airports and own and become a licensee, right? Or it gives you an opportunity to purchase houses and place them in this airport, so it can be any residual income and revenue for people who are traveling around the world. We're also talking about the KMintings that give you access to the other projects that came in quite early, where you can have your minted tokens and withdraw those tokens for use in order to prevent liquidity, okay? And there are other Webons. There are over 20 Webons that are there and more that are coming. Why? These Webons are definitely going to be like the Apple Store of tomorrow, particularly on a blockchain. And so NOMO is giving you that opportunity. If you do not like that, please, once you even download your app, just check it, take a look at the messenger. On the left hand corner of your screen, you will see the messenger button there. Click it and start to chat with your friends. You can even send them money through that app. There's a lot happening right now on the ZENIQ ecosystem, and those who know a lot more than we do, remember we are researchers like VU, okay, like Copper One, those who know a lot more, like even BondEx, are coming into this particular ecosystem, this blockchain, and taking advantage of it. You and I have that opportunity right now to be part of those projects. If you had missed out earlier where you had an opportunity to purchase a ZENIQ Hub, there are still a lot more juicy projects on this, okay? So take a look at this and give us feedback on your experiences within the NOMO app, because we definitely use this to improve your user experience and user interface. Give us more feedback on how you use this, and you can always reach out to the Genius Investors team to ask us questions on new projects you would have seen when you're exploring the Webon. Each and every opportunity right now, you're getting to hear this because, again, you have reached out in your thoughts, in your processes to say, look, I'm looking for an opportunity to partake in the disruption of the world right now, and that is the blockchain, okay? Have you missed out on Bitcoin and you missed out on Ethereum? ZENIQ is the next big thing you don't want to miss out, okay? So thank you very much, everyone, for the updates, and I'll hand you over to Coach Christy, who would finish the presentation. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Coach Chitwen, for taking us through that wonderful quick update and bringing us up to speed with all the amazing things happening within the ZENIQ ecosystem. Guests and participants, it's time now to take action. The next steps are yours. What areas would you want more information on? How would you like to proceed? How do you also want to expand your participation in this ecosystem? Please feel free to reach out to those who share this information with you, or you can even ask your questions in the chat. Our coach here, Coach Itwen, is available to respond to whatever questions that you may have. So on that note, we would like to bring this to a close. It's been an awesome time with you. We do this every Monday, 8 p.m. West African time, 9 p.m. CET. So feel free to join us every Monday so that you can stay up to speed with what's happening in the entire ecosystem. That'll be all from my own end. Thank you, Coach Itwan, and every other person who joined. I think Lorenzo is here. He may want to add a thing or two to all that's been said. Lawrence, if you can hear me and you have a minute or two, please feel free to unmute yourself and speak.
Yes, thank you. And congratulations to all who are enjoying the VOO project. For those who have not heard about VOO, I'm sure Itwen has given you enough to think about. But for those of us who are already in VOO, why did we join VOO? Personally, I like VOO for 3 basic reasons. Reason number 1 is a real project. When it's a real life project, it's backed by aviation travel. Travel is one of the characteristics of a living thing. You must move around. So moving around is something nobody can take away from a living thing. That's one. So it's as old as mankind on earth. We must move. So why not get a percentage of the moving cost via VOO? That's one reason. The second reason is VOO is number 1. There's something about when you're a pioneer in an industry. They're the first to do to aviation, like Christian Itwen said earlier, what Uber has already done to taxi. And they don't need more than 5% of the market share to survive, to strive, and to pay us all the goodies promised. You want to have a share of that. Then they've done it creatively. That's another one. It's an all-inclusive deal. The brokers are involved. They have their own share. The ticket agents have their own share. The traveler has his own share. The networker has his own share. So it's a complete ecosystem. And guess what? The investor has his own share. So talking about investors, you can buy a hub of the VOO, that means the VOO token. That's like buying the fowl, that means the egg. Every day to mint for you for a couple of years, almost a decade from now on. And then if you're a big investor, you want to buy 18 hubs, you can buy it one after the other, you can buy all at once, you can buy them in bits. But once it's up to 18, you belong to a group of persons who earn from 1% of all tickets bought, no matter from where, which location in the world, so long as they were bought via VOO. These are mouth-watering deals, my friend. But you need to buy the hub, that means the VOO token. Remember, when people travel, they bring in money. VOO is saying you take that money and buy a token from the market and give you. So the more people travel, the more tokens are bought. And so the supply in the market will be reducing. And then these tokens, you can convert it to Bitcoin, you can convert it to US dollar, you can convert it to USDT. It's paid you as royalty for traveling. And royalty for enabling those who are traveling to know the VOO opportunity. So this is what I need to add. For those who are not getting the entire picture, this is a very big project. If you go and check how much Uber started and how much Uber is now,
make sure you set your email.
This is really something you want to take a look at right now, while it is still available and cheap. So that's my contribution. I trust everyone who listens to this, whether live or replay, you will act in your best interest, and by contacting the person who shared this video with you, you will have taken your own step to writing your name in history, because VOO definitely has come to stay. With Amazon, with Amadeus as partner, with BondEx, with Copper One, all partnering. These are very big projects and real life projects. And I say congratulations to the promoters of the ZENIQ ecosystem and the ZENIQ blockchain. I'm happy to be here, and I encourage everyone to take a look if you're sitting on the fence, because fortune indeed is calling. Thank you, and have a nice evening. Over to you.
Yes, thank you very much. That was Lawrence sharing his own perspective of what we have in this ecosystem and what it's in it for you as well. Like I said, we do this every Monday, so you want to join us next Monday. All the people you know this information will be very relevant to, please feel free to invite them. The same link with which you joined today brings you back next Monday. And we're going to be sharing with you deeper insights, more information, latest updates of all that's happening within the VOO ecosystem and how it benefits each and every one of us. My name is Christy, and it was my pleasure anchoring this. We'll be back again next Monday. And thank you, Kuchitwen, for always being here and educating us, opening our eyes to see all the opportunities within this ecosystem. Thank you, guests, the Warpies, Adekunle, Lawrence, and Spy. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.